Oh, YouTube, you are slow as molasses. Oh, God. Out of my back room. I'll close my door. You know who might come in. Oh. So unprofessional. Ugh. Like ugh. Gonna be me. Whew. So yes, hello. I'm Lewis Porter, and you're watching Transparency Agenda Daily. It is the 21st, the Wednesday, 21st of July. So with a title like that, you know we're gonna talk about some fun stuff. But before we get into that, let's get into the stuff we always get into. Then we'll get to the good stuff. Boom. All right. So right off the bat, on Kickstarter. I haven't even checked anything today. I'm not even like I'm not even like slightly ready. So it's gonna be like, you know, checking stuff as we go. All right, top secret, we know it's coming out, we know. Sign up, you know, this isn't really rocket science. That one was easy. Zombicide, I think it was the price. 3.3. 3.3, look at that. With the eyes closed, pulled it off. That was amazing. Oh, I like that. Pathfinder. 500,000? Probably 500,000 by now. Geez, still not 500,000. It's 489,000. 11,000 more to go. It's there, and it's about almost halfway. So it's, you know, it's kind of moving at a somewhat steady rate. And 7C War of the Cross, I saw it earlier, it was like 44. So 45. All right, still moving along. Still got a lot of time. This will easily make that. I'm guessing it'll make this 150. I think this might even make 200,000, maybe even at the most 300, depending how excited people get about it. Because I mean, a lot of people bought the game. I'm assuming the same people might be interested in the board game. You know, but I'm not gonna lie, that $100 price is kind of like a ouch. I mean, oof. You think you get a little slower, something a little lower that people could easily access. But you know, people want it, are gonna buy it. So that's the best part too. You get what you want. Hey Jason, what's going on? Boom. All right, next up, Patreon. Of course, I'm all about pushing Patreon because yes, they're our friends, and yes, they deserve our money, and yes, they do good work. So why not? Ask Pathfinder. Clinton Boomer, of course, got some new stuff. I'm sure Clinton does. Liz, Owen, Raging Swan. You know what to do. Go support him. You should. It's helpful to do that. What can I say? Self-promotion. Oh, shameless self-promotion. What are we going to start with? New USS Legacy. Want to know why? Because we actually got some good news. We had three retailers signed up last night alone for our Citadel certified retailers. So that's good. I said we're trying to build these network of stores that we can basically get out and get people interested in buying stuff, because that's kind of important. I think a lot of people just want to sell, random, but I want us to get like stores that are supporting us so we can support them and help make them some more money, because that's really the name of the game, is make some more money. It's not kidding anybody. Stonemeyer blog, I don't think it's had anything new today. Yesterday's piece was the day before piece? The day before was, the day before. Was very, very interesting. Still amazing. I think you should still read it if you haven't read it yet. The incentives for boosting day one backers. I'm going to try one of them. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to try and see if we can do, if we fund by day one, we're going to give you X, Y, Z. I think it's something kind of cool. I think it either work or it won't. It's that simple. Black Diamond put out a post. Yeah, also a couple days ago on the elevator conundrum, which was actually kind of funny, but it's just good business stuff. And of course, Gary V had good stuff. Gary V actually had today, I think it was today, but I was watching at work. I can't remember if it was today. Well, not watching, listening, but he's talking to a sports guy. Somebody plays on the Giants, I believe. I can't remember his name, and I can't remember his wife's name. I just can't. I can't remember a lot of stuff. But he was like, "Oh yeah, they're big Twitch players and stuff like that." But he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm a total geek. I play Magic and da-da-da." I'm like, "Who is this guy?" And this is like a sports guy. We're not talking like a normal sports guy. We're like, a legitimate sports star. He's done some stuff. I didn't know him. I'm not a baseball guy, but I was like, "What? Somebody in baseball playing Magic? What?" And he's like, "Yeah, I played Sealed Deck." I mean, he knew. I don't play Magic. I played it twice. It wasn't my thing. But he was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Okay, that guy really is kind of geeky." And that was kind of funny, because even Gary Ray was like, "Oh my God, that guy's kind of geeky." So yeah, that was kind of interesting. I found that to be quite interesting. All right, and of course, last up, everything new in the scene. All right, let's talk about what's really important, because everybody came for one reason. The Game of Thrones trailer's up. That's all you really care about. I mean, you guys can go watch it. I found this one as an extended one. It looks like it has some more trailers that I don't think I've seen all of them. But the first trailer, solid trailer, what I expected. I'm just like, just put the show on. I don't. It's kind of like my Black Panther. I don't care anymore. Just give it to me. I just want it. Just give it to me. Let me give it to me, and I can sit down and enjoy it. Only got more weeks, but I just want to have it so we can move on, because I think it's very interesting. I think it'll be very cool. I've enjoyed it. And like I said, I've never read the books. If you didn't know, I've never read the books. I've seen it from a TV perspective. I kind of like knowing that I haven't read the books. Because they'll change some stuff for TV and the people in the books will complain. So I'm like, let me see the TV version first, and then I'm gonna go back with the book and read and say, okay, let me see if I really, really like the whole thing. Because things change because they have to, because TV and books are two different mediums. Next up, Jake Parker. Jake Parker is a site I go to a lot. He's an artist. His style is very, I call classically cartoony kind of style. He does a lot of great art stuff, but he also does a lot of great videos on being an artist, stuff like that. If you're interested in art, you should check it out. He's very instructive. He's also one of those guys, a true entrepreneur, doing himself, pushing it all himself. So I really like that. I'm a big fan of that kind of stuff. So boom, check it out. He also put this other thing up today, which I knew about it, but I didn't know about it. The School of Visual Storytelling, SVS, has been like sponsoring the show, and I didn't know exactly what it was. So I went by the website and I'm like, huh, what? And he basically put it like this: it's Netflix for artists. And I'm like, oh, that's a great pitch. Okay, great. So if you're an artist and you're interested in doing some cool stuff and learning some really interesting things, and it's like some of the people in the business. There's Jake Parker, John, some people I haven't heard of. John, what do I know that name from? I don't know, but I'll get that. And just a lot of cool artists doing cool stuff. And one of the cool videos, finished, not perfect. Even if you're a writer, an artist, whoever, you should actually go check it out. It's very important. It plays into us stuff. All right. So I have Althera is on there and also have NeoXist. So that's the other part we're talking about. And it goes back to this title. So once again, I had my regular show. Well, not really regular, my new regular show, my Random Transparency at lunch. I was going to get lunch. Talk about artists and pay. And there are some, of course, a lot of people saying you should pay more. This has been an argument I've heard from day one. At this point of this argument, I'm so over this argument because it's really kind of silly. Because I'm going to show you why on pure numbers and how scary it really is. So a lot of times, a lot of people come and tell you how you should do your business and stuff like that and focus on that. Look, it's your business. You're responsible for it. That's what you got to worry about. Don't worry about my business. Worry about your business. Should be your focus. If you're worried about my business, then you're not worrying on your business. Get it? It's not that difficult. But also people have weird perspectives, at least from my point of view, of what we should pay people. People are like, people should get paid more. Well, yeah, everybody says they should get paid more. You don't think I should get paid more at my job? Don't you think I'd like to go into my boss and be like, hey, I like the pay you gave me, but I'd like to get some more pay. I'd like you to pay me this amount. And at that second, my boss was a really great boss. I love my new boss. My boss, I knew her before she was my boss, and she's still the same person, which I love. She'd be like, have you lost your mind? Are you dumb as a brick? No. Because see, when you agree to a price, that's the price you're supposed to work for. No one goes to you and you say, okay, I'll take $10 for this. No, I'll pay you $25. People don't do that. Or at least most people I know don't do that, because it's really kind of a situation of just, that's kind of silly. If I tell you a price I'm willing to pay, this is what I'm willing to pay. If it's not the price you want to work for it, don't work for it. I'm not forcing you with a gun to work with me. If I am, I need to point my gun at like Wayne Reynolds and get him to do me more covers, because apparently, I'm pointing at the wrong guys. But that's not what happens. People see the price, they know what they're getting, boom, and they do the work. Now, can I pay people what I'd like to pay? Of course not. We don't make enough money. And people say, what do you mean you don't make enough money? Let me show you exactly how much money we make. And this is something that I wanted to talk about, and I wanted to use two different products, that one I know personally, my own, and Althera, because they're kind of in the same field. You'll see in a second. So the links I put up are direct links that go to Drive-Thru RPG. If you look at Althera's setting, it's a silver bestseller. Case in point, Neo Exodus is also a silver bestseller. Neo Exodus, the PDF, I'm just going to talk about the PDF now. We're not going to talk about the books. So the PDF sells for $11.99. Althera's sells for $29.99. His book is 576 pages. That's a huge book. I can't even front. That's huge. That's ridiculously huge. I'd be like, damn, that's a huge book. Mine is 272. So you can think about sizes, weight, cost, that whole stuff. So you can get that all in your head and what things are worth. Now, he sold a lot. I mean, he sold a lot. He sold silver. I sold silver. These are still good marks. I started selling Neo Exodus October 3rd, 2016. He started selling his March 23rd, 2017. So yes, in a much shorter time, he's done as well as me over the same since October. So that's very good. These are solid numbers. This is stuff you can check out. This is me, not, you can see it. It's there. Boom. All right. Let's have some fun with numbers. So, well, this whole thing today, people are accusing me of being cheap and paying 1 cent. And how could you do that? I'm like, easy. This is what we're offering for this project. Would you like to get paid that? Well, no. Well, then don't worry about it. Back to you. But someone's going to take that job because someone wants a break, someone wants an interest, someone wants to get paid. Someone's got bills they got to pay. They don't care. Like, I don't care. My time is worth this, me writing this at this cent. And generally, the best part about it, if it works out very well, we're going to do some jobs in the future because I'm going to start paying him more because I know he's qualified. But before we get to that, let's talk about this. So the silver level, that is, let me see if I can get this going quickly. Oh, of course, things never move quickly when you need them to. I want to see what the percentage is so you can compare directly to that stuff. Stop that. Because there's 5 like high levels on RPG Now, and I want to give you like what percentage really thing. You like the slowest thing ever. All right, so there's 5 different levels. I'm still waiting for the load. And each level has a certain percentage of sellers compared to how much stuff is sold. All right, good. So there's copper, silver, electrum, gold, and platinum. Of course, lowest to highest. All right, let me put this in perspective for you real quick. If you look at them all together, let's say 12, 22, 26, 27-ish. All right, 27% of the sellers fall in these 5 positions. 27% of all sales. Oh, sorry, all products on drive-through, or we're actually drive-through right now. Drive-through sell at this level, okay? This top level. All right, there are 426 products that sell at the platinum level. That's also 0.65% of the total amount of products sold. At the gold, there's a little over 1,100, and it's 1.73%. Electrum, there's almost 2,500. That's 3.79%. Silver, where we both sell at, there's 6,534, roughly 9.9%. 8 or better put, let's say 10%. So knowing that the 10% look, I'm at that level selling at 10%, so is he. We're also going to extrapolate there's 65,000 products at drive-through on RPG Now. That's a lot. And that's growing every day. Don't forget that. That becomes important. So you want to make a product, right? You want to make a product. You want to sell a product. You want to be fair at pricing, and you also want to be fair at what you're getting. So let's have a little fun. People will tell you that if you sell 100 copies of a product, that's a good seller. That has not changed in a long time. It's still been pretty much a thing. 100 sellers is solid success. You sell it in 3 months, that's a solid success. Solid. Nothing to look bad about that. That's a good success at any kind of PDF sales. We're talking PDF. We're not talking print on demand, but we're talking PDF sales right at drive-through. All right. Let's also assume we're selling this product for $10. All right. 100 sales, $10. We've got that math right there. Real easy, right? Real simple. 100 times 10 makes 1,000, right? Everyone agrees. 1,000. That's pretty good in sales. That's not bad for your book of, that's not bad. $1,000 is $1,000. Okay. Here's where the fun part comes in. So you're going to make this book. You're going to generate 1,000 in sales. Let's say the first 3 months, because you're going to probably get a big number and then smaller and smaller, just traveling down the long tail. That's how you expect it. But 100 your first 3 months. And we'll combine it all together, so it's just quick and easy. You get $1,000. Boom. All right. First off the bat, before you get the $1,000, who takes the first cut? That's right. Drive-through RPG Now. And it's either 30 or 35%. For this argument, we're going to say 30 because it's quick math. So you go from automatically $1,000 to $700. Okay. $700 over 3 months. But still, $700. It's good money. No one's turning down $700, right? You're not going to do that. That's decent money. You got $70 in your hand. You got a book that that's sold for $10. If you sold a $10 book online at RPG Now, you got to figure it's somewhere about 100 pages. That's kind of realistic. Mine is 2-something. I'm selling it for $11. So you can say more, but let's just say for quick and easy sake, it's 100 pages because this will be easier for the math. Now, a 100-page book. Back in the olden days, you'd have a full page art for every 4 pages of writing. But you're trying to save some money. You're trying to be a little cheaper. So let's decide we're going to do 1 piece of art for every 10 pages. So out of the 100-page book, 10 of them will be art. So it's a 90-page book. Now, here's where it gets really fun. A 90-page book is probably roughly about 60,000 words. 60,000 words. I'm gonna pull out my trusty calculator so you all don't think I'm playing with you on money and stuff like that. And you're like, oh, he's not doing it right. But here, we'll get the calculator out. Make sure keep me honest. I want to be an honest man. I don't want anybody out there calling me a liar. So, like I said, 60,000. And let's be cool. Let's say we pay, I'm gonna be real cool. We're gonna pay 3 cents a word. 3 cents a word. That's a fair amount, right? That's a fair amount. 3 cents a word. Most people are probably like, yeah, 3 cents a word is pretty good. Okay, did the math. 60,000 words times 3 cents a word. How much does that come to? $1,800. Wait a minute. That's 1,800 bucks. Yes, it's 1,800 bucks. That's 1,800 bucks. I don't think you can see it that well. Oh, you can see it. 1,800 bucks. Well, but I've only made 700. Oh, yeah. That's yeah. Let's put that 700 for aside for a little bit. We're not done yet. Okay. You paid for a writer at 3 cents a word to do 60,000 words. That's $1,800. Now you need to pay for the art. Oh, yeah, I didn't include the art. So we know we're doing 10 pages of art. And we've agreed that 200 bucks per full page is very reasonable for full color artwork. And this is going to be a color book, so we're going to use full color artwork. So yes, we'll do that. So we add to that 1,800. Actually, I should put equal first. Equal $2,000. $2,000. $2,000 just for the art. And remember, I'm not including the cover on this. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna let you design the cover for free. But you know, so for writing a 60,000 word book with 20 pages, 10 pages of full page of great color art will cost you $3,800. $3,800. Wait a minute. But I only made 700. Right? Remember, we talked about this. You only made 700. Uh-oh. We're already in the hole. Now, here's the fun part that I didn't really include. I'm going to be nice. So let's rack the 700. So you're in the hole, for 3,100. And you paid off a great writer, gave him a 3 cent a word, was a very reasonable rate. An artist, a very reasonable rate for color. Yes, these are very, very reasonable rates. And you're in the hole 3,100. Oh, did I forget to mention? I did include your editor. And your editor probably gets paid about the same wage your writer does. So let's add in another 1,800 if you want to be serious. 1,800. Oh, so I subtracted. I'm sorry. Plus 1,800 plus 1,800. 4,900. Woo! 4,900 in the hole. Big money. 4,900 in the hole. Now, oh, geez. I haven't included the layout person. Okay, I'll be nice. I'll say a layout person. Let's get a cheap layout person. Say $1 a page. That's real cheap. You know what? That's not true. Let's get a fair, honest rate because that's not an honest rate. A standard layout guy like me, I'll do layout. I mean, if I was going to do professional stuff, my stuff starts at like 35 to 50 bucks. That's my range, depending on what it is, because you know I've got tons of experience. But I'll be fair. It's a 100-page book. If I'm still doing my fastest, I'm doing like 10 pages an hour. That's reasonable, and that's like all the layout, everything done right, so it's ready to go to print. Let's just say 100 pages. I'll charge you 500 for that because that's reasonable. That's very reasonable. It'll be print ready to go. So I'm already in the hole for $5,400. So I had some people today tell me that I wasn't paying a fair rate. Right, I'm not paying a fair rate. Because this is what happens. People think this stuff, and then you start going into it and look at the numbers. You find out very quickly the numbers are skewed. And I don't really blame them exactly, but you'll see why. See, most of the people who talk the loudest about pay and stuff like that are people who are not in the front lines like me. I'm a frontline developer. I'm a third-party guy. I've done it myself. I've never had a big company promote me. It's always been me promoting me. All the stuff you've seen is me working hard doing that stuff. That's why I'm very serious about these numbers. I don't listen to them when people say, well, you got to pay more. You have to pay a living wage. You have to. First of all, I'm making games. They're not doing it full time. There are no benefits. I'm making games that sell pretty small. But like I said, I built a fan base over nearly 2 decades of me doing this. So my sales are probably better, a little bit better than that. My sales are, I got simple over sales. Why? Because I know how to talk to my fans. I've been talking to them for years. I've developed this. If you're a new guy and you start and you listen to some people, and I don't totally blame them, but I know where they come from. They're usually guys who've worked at a company for a very long time, like a Hasbro or even Paizo or a larger company who's never actually had to be on the front lines of dealing PDFs. Now, remember, I've been dealing with PDFs for nearly 2 decades, and I was there before there was anybody. Let me put it in perspective for you. I was working on PDF selling and distribution, that kind of stuff, for 7 years before Paizo even existed. So I've got a great understanding of how PDFs sell, why they sell, how you can sell more of them, what things you can do to get quick sales. I tell people the success plan. If you want to sell PDFs and be successful, release a PDF a week. $1 or $2, PDF a week. Keep doing that for like 2 years. You will be in the top percentage of things quicker than you can imagine. It's just the numbers fit that way, and that's just the way it is, point blank. But I mean small PDFs. I'm talking like 2-page PDFs with stock art and like no editing, where you're writing it. You are writing it. You can do that because that's a small PDF. You'll build a small fan base slowly, and when you get to a good point, you'll be able to generate funds that you can hire other people. Will you be hiring them at 5 cents a word? Probably not. Will you be hiring them at 7 cents a word? Probably not. Will you be hiring them at 3 cents a word? Probably. Will you be hiring them at 1 cent a word? Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. Because you don't have enough skin in the game, enough friction developed to get people interested in buying your product because you are a small company and it's generally just you. And you've got to do other skills and a lot of skills you don't have. Like I always joke, a lot of guys come into it, don't have any art skills, don't have any layout skills. So you got to buy those. You got to buy those, rent those, find a way to get those. They aren't good writers. I'm a horrible writer. I tell you that all the time. I suck at writing. But I've made I've made 600 products. And a lot of them have my name attached to me writing stuff. So you get a good editor. And then you need probably a real writer. Yeah, writer, editor, artist, layout person. Am I missing? Layout person. I think that's it. I think that's right. So four people. Now, at the beginning, you're not going to do that. At the beginning, you're going to find ways that you can do it cheap for yourself. Let me give you one of my favorite ones of all time who redefined cheapness in the best way possible. Raging Swan. Raging Swan doesn't even put like legitimate covers on the books. It's like one color and some type. I'm like, damn, I wish I would have thought of that. Right, it's so stupid, right? It sounds like, why would you not think of that? But they designed it into a look for their stuff. They don't have color art. They have a color and type. Done. That's how they look. You go inside, it's a black and white book. And they use that lovely clip art. ISO, stock art, clip art. They use it to save money because they know it's expensive to get original artwork. It is, point blank. All these people can tell you, well, you got to pay, you got to pay, you got to pay, you got to pay. Don't kid yourself. You got to pay what keeps you in business. If you don't do those things, you're going to be out of business. And if you do it really wrong, you're going to be like $5,000 out of business. And somebody's going to get burned because they didn't get their work paid for. This is how this industry works. Ask a lot of people. Ask the professional guys. Ask Owen. Ask Clinton. Ask anybody I know. Ask Wilkie. Ask them how many times they've been burned on people not paying because they just didn't have the money. The project fell through. Something happened. Ask them. Ask them. And they will tell you stories that will make you freak out. That's right. This is a very small industry. And a very, very, very minuscule amount get to work full-time in this. The rest of us do this for fun while we're away from our families, while we're doing something. This is what brings us enjoyment. And yes, I would like to draw a profit from it because you know what? This isn't the end goal. That's right. Maybe you don't know this, but Neo Exodus and Pathfinder, this is not the end goal of what I'm going to try to do with my company. I'm using this as a stepping stone to go other places. Because here's something I can talk about that I know 99.9% of the people in this industry don't know about. All right. So when I first got started, I did a little book called Haven City of Violence a long time ago, 17 years ago. That's how long it was. My book got optioned in a movie before it even came out. Got optioned for a movie. That means I got money from Hollywood. They said, here, take this money. We want to option this. I said, I will take that money and put it in my pocket. And that's what I did. The math, how much money you make is not the point. You feel even for it, don't buy the art. Jim, that's a dumb statement. That's dumb. If you don't feel you can buy the art, don't buy the art. You can ask people, hey, look, this is the money I have. Would you be willing to pay some art for this? If they say yes, should I say, oh, no, 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 I need to pay you more so I feel better? No, I told you what I could afford. This is what I can afford. I can't eat that. If I can't eat that, I'm not going to buy it. I can't afford Ruth Kiss says, you shouldn't go in there and complain. I'm not saying the price is too high. I'm saying I can't afford it. There's a difference. See, that's the problem, Jim. Too many people get caught in this thing of me telling them it's too high. Well, the prices are too high. See, I just did that. Based on the sales of what you get. If you want to, look, I'll give anyone this challenge. Anybody want to take this challenge? I'll take you up on 110%. I'll pay you whatever price you want to say. You set the price, I'll pay it. The flip side of that guarantee is I'm going to decide how many you have to sell to get that money. Now, you don't get the money up front. When we reach that number, you get the money. See, this is what keeps us connected. Everybody wants to get paid, but doesn't want to be connected to the product they're paid for. People want to get, oh, I made a ton of money on this product by doing the artwork, but the sales tanked and the company went out of business. But that doesn't involve me. I'm not involved. See, I get it. I get it. You want the money and you want the freedom and the other stuff. Well, let's tie each other together. Anybody out there wants to work with me, wants to work on a project with me, and says, yes, I want to get paid this amount. Figure out what would I need to sell for me to get that amount. You get that amount, you get that money. If you don't, you don't. If you're good, you got nothing to worry about. You'll sell that amount. You'll go out, you'll hustle, you'll get out, you'll sell that amount. I'll see the sales, and when I see the sales, I'm like, damn, we're going to hire that guy again. Want to know why? Because he said he wanted this, and his sales were this, and that's good for me. He did what he said he was going to do. Why wouldn't I want to pay you? Why wouldn't I want to work with you again? See, that's the problem. People just get this idea in their head that, oh, we should make whatever it is, and you should just pay it. Don't think it has any realism in the actual selling part, because that's not important. That's not their problem. They're the artist, and they're there to make the art. Yeah, they're there to make the art to help sell the book. If the book doesn't sell, their art is part of it. It is not a separate thing. It isn't they got the money and they went off and did great stuff, and I went broke. That's dumb as hell. Anybody who thinks like that is dumb as hell. If you don't understand basic, math and business, that would tell you that's a bad idea. But if I intertwine us like this and I connect and say, look, if you do well, I'm going to pay you, because it only makes me better. Because if he does well and he sells well, I will bring him back forever. Because he makes me a bunch of money, I'm going to be like, this is my best friend. I will kiss him in the mouth. That's how much I love this guy. Of course you would. Of course you would. People give you tons of money for hard work for you to, why would you not support them? Because apparently they are as good as they say they are. And if you're that good, you can go off and make money without me. Ooh, that sounds horrible. But that's a possibility. I've worked with artists who are really great artists. I can't afford them anymore. They're just too expensive for me. I'll talk about my buddy, Lance Red. Lance Red is too expensive for me. It's not saying that Lance's prices are crazy. I can't afford Lance's prices based on the sales I make. Lance is working for Paizo a lot. I feel great for that. Lance worked for me. Lance worked for me when he didn't know anything and I didn't know who he was. And he did a lot of artwork for me, did a lot of work. I promoted him everybody I could think of. I talked him up on videos. I talked him up the world. Why would I not talk up a guy who's done the good thing for me? And now he's a big star and he's doing very well. And yes, I said, hey, Lance, I really need help with this stuff. I know your rates are going to be, I'll find a way to make them. Can you do this for me? He's like, yeah, man, don't worry. I'll hook you up. And you know why? Because when he needed money when we first started and he needed that for a thing, I paid him. He made the best contracts of anybody I've ever dealt with, was always serious about his business, and he deserves that. Of course. And I can't afford it. I can't. I love him. I can't afford it. Nothing personal. I can't afford him. He has moved out of my price range to make my products viable. Am I cursing him out? How dare he want to make more money? No, what idiot does that? I'm telling you, I can't afford it based on the economics that are based for my stuff. And if you don't know the difference, then just do me a favor. Just turn off this thing. Go do something else constructive. Go build your $1 million RPG business and blow me out of the water, because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I mean, Jesus, not like I had to deal with any stress. Let's be honest. Okay, let me tell you some stuff that no one's going to tell you. Apparently, I'm going on a rant. I didn't know I was going to go there, but I guess I got to go there. Look, in this business, there's so much nepotism, it should be a crime. Really. A lot of this is about backroom deals, friends getting together with friends, people introducing stuff to get stuff done. You will never see that stuff at the level you're at, realistically, unless you want to be a friend and try to get in that inner circle. And let me tell you, some of you won't make it. Some of you won't make it for lots of reasons. You don't live in the right place. You don't look a certain way. You don't have a certain mentality. That happened to me. That's happened to me before. But let me just tell you something. You don't have to care what they think about you. All you got to do is what the most important thing is. Focus on making your business better. You do that, then you get to be the superstar. Look, I haven't worked for a major company ever. But people know who I am. People read my products. There's some people, it's funny enough, some people, I'll tell you a very specific story. This makes it very funny. When I was doing Haven City of Violence, I planned to do this. Well, you completely twisted that. I get that you're pissed at Robert told you. No, I'm not pissed at Robert told me. Robert's not the first guy to tell me that, Jim. You think this is something new. This is nothing new. So why do you share private business to the world? Because the name of the series is called Transparency Agenda. Not I hide the back news so you guys don't hear what's going on. I want people to actually know what's going on behind the scenes, because there's a lot of stuff that goes on the scene they don't know. They won't get to find out till it's too late. I don't want them to make the same mistakes I made. I was lucky enough to survive by my wits and my freaking gall and my freaking F you attitude. That's why I tell that stuff. And like, why are you putting personal business? Man, I can talk money to anybody. This started as an artist. Dude, it's just, I think it's funny. People think this is all about, well, someone asked you more, you got offended. No, I just know that when I paid you 100, I got that. 4 times increase, kind of crazy. But I won't use them anymore, no problem. I walked away. He's working for a company. He's happy. I still have all the work I got from him. I'm happy. I wish he'd do more, but he couldn't. Things happen. And then you move on. Jim, the problem is this just gets because of sting. And this isn't the first time this has been talked about online, with me, with other people. Everybody's got this idea of what you should be paying people. And I just go back to the economics of what's going on. And no one ever wants to talk about that. They don't. They just don't. They just don't. Buy someone else's art you can afford. Well, I do that. That's why I find new artists. I mean, that's no big deal. Look, and I've said this a lot of times. Some people get it and some people don't. You're working in the US before the internet, you only had a very limited people of art you could get and how you get them. Now with the internet, you can access their people all over the world. On top of that, there are sites made like Pinterest, like DeviantArt, that are showing people, hey, I'm willing to work for money. I want to work. I want to get a job. And you can go up and say, hey, I got a job for art. This is what I'm looking to do. This is what can I afford. Can you do it? And they go, yeah. Or they go, no, I can't. You go, okay, well, thanks. And then you go to the next guy. And you can keep doing that to doomsday. And here's the great thing. And here's the great equalizer a lot of people don't want to talk about and don't want to believe. That's right. Oh, sorry. I ranted on the internet. Yeah, I ranted because I think the price was crazy. I can rant. That's the cool thing about Jim. You can do this. This is America. You can, well, I don't know where you're from. I'm assuming you're an American. But in America, you can express yourself any way you want, even if people don't like it. Well, you shouldn't rant about it. Well, fuck no. Why shouldn't I rant about it? I think the pricing was insane. I think a 400% increase on anything's insane. Would you like to pay for a house 4 times worth what do you think it's worth? No. There's nothing wrong with talk about that. This is what this whole industry is about. Talking. Oh, Jim, you gave me see, Jim's one of these guys who goes, I'm going to huff away. Well, then you can do that. That's the cool thing. See, isn't this great? We can agree to disagree on this. I love this. But that's okay, man. That's not going to hurt me. Because, you know, after 17 years, if you think I'm going to cry about, one artist, dude, really? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Jesus Christ, get it together. But I am going to say that, yes, if you're trying to find artwork that you can afford, you have to look and dig and hustle for it. You have to hustle for it. People don't like that? I'm sorry. Sorry. It's just the way it is. You know, we're trying to run a business here. We're not trying to, you know, deal with, you know, I'm trying to run a business. I'm trying to make it profitable. I'm trying to make it's a look. When I started doing this business back in 2000, there wasn't a lot going on. There weren't a lot of people doing this. Now everybody and their mother does this. Everybody does publishing. Everybody can tell you everything about it. There's not many guys on the internet that actually were there at the beginning and are still there working in it now. Let me tell you about the exact number of people who are still doing it. You can count one, me. I started back then. I'm still doing them now. Why? Because it provides money for my family. From 2002, when I got into it in 2000, I was making just a couple like $50 a month. Well, maybe like $20 at first. I got to $50 a month. The first year I started doing like $100 a month was 2002. By the end of 2003, I was making $400 a month. By the end of 2005, I was making $1,600 a month. A 16 times increase over 2 years. What did that mean for my company? Well, it meant for us to get better artwork. We got better editors. We got better writers. We got to be doing more stuff. We put out more product. We started doing different lines and things. You're doing D&D, then we're doing modern. Then we did sci-fi. Then we did into masterminds. Then we started doing maps. Then we started doing stock art. Then we started doing layout. I branched out from just RPGs. And you should too. This is about finding ways that you can make yourself financially viable. Pay attention to that word, financially viable. Because a lot of people don't want to be financially viable. They want to be ego viable. To tell somebody, look, I got my name on a book. No, I don't want to. I don't care if my name's on the book. And if you look at most of my books, my name doesn't really appear. I put it with the logo in the back in the corner off to the side. What I care about is making a good product that people can say, wow, that was a good product. I really appreciate it. I'd like to find more of his products. That's what I want to do. You don't have to feel that way. That's great. You can get upset about this whole art thing. Doesn't affect me. Once again, I'm focusing on one thing and one thing only. And what's that, boys and girls? Doing good work, making sure my customers are satisfied, and continue on going what I'm doing. What is my company called? My company's called Lewis Porter Jr. Design. See, put my name on it so people know when they talk about it, they're talking about me. Got to give Donald Trump credit about that one. He was right. He was right about that one. Name your company your name. Because when people talk about it, they're talking about you, and they don't separate them, which is great. You know, I don't like Donald Trump, but he was right about that. What can I say? All right, that's it for this. You can, I'm sure we'll have some comments. I'm sure we're going to have some comments tomorrow about it. People telling me all kinds of stuff, and you're a horrible person. I'll be like, thanks a lot. I appreciate that. Because, I mean, I'm not going to lie, man. You know, people's anger and fury toward me only gets me more excited to do more awesome stuff. Because they're always like, oh, my God, man. Oh, I fucking can't. Oh, I can't stand that guy. And I know it. Oh, it irks them. It irks them in the core. Like, why isn't he getting out of the business? Why haven't they got rid of him? Because I'm that kind of guy. I'm going to stick around. I'm a bad cockroach. I'm going to be around for a while. You know, you're going to keep gassing me. I'll be like, I'll be all right. Don't worry about it. And some of you, that drives you crazy. And you know what? I'm not going to lie. I love it. Oh, my God. I love it. It is, orgasmic. I love it. I love the venom you're spitting. I love the anger you have. It just gives me the fuel to keep going. So please keep writing, keep telling me I'm horrible, keep telling me stuff. While you're doing that, I'm going to keep making books and keep selling. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, I love the anger. Woo! What a rant today. This was good stuff. Oh, I'm sure some people are going to be calling somebody and talking up behind my back. See, that's why people aren't stupid. They can say it to my face. They know better. So with that, I'm going to be leaving. So as always, thank you so much. Over here, you can subscribe on our YouTube channel. Or if you're watching us right here on Facebook, right here, you can sign up here. And as always, please sign up to NeoExodus Legacies. We really appreciate that. We're trying to get more retailers involved. I mean, like I said, the Kickstarter doesn't start till October, but we're talking it up now because it's going to be awesome by then. By the time that's all done, it's going to be awesome. Hey, Steven, some people are angry because I can be a son of a bitch sometimes. And cocky about it, too. That's the worst part. How dare you be cocky? Oh, I love that stuff. All right, so that's it for tonight. Tomorrow, Thursday, may or may not have a show. The reason being that Lucas has a doctor's appointment. Everybody knows Lucas has serious medical issues, so I'll take him to the doctor's appointment tomorrow. I don't know how long it's going to last. I don't know how it's going to be, so I'm going to do my best to try to get back at a reasonable time and maybe do the show. It may be a very short show because tonight was a very long show, 40 minutes. I've done a 40-minute show on Radio Link for a long time. So I'll have to see. I can't say yes. We probably will not doing an afternoon, a noon show, so don't worry about that. It's going to be, me and doctors tomorrow. Yay, fun. So if I don't see you, have a good weekend. If I do see you, we'll talk about some more stuff because I'm sure some people are going to be spitting teeth over this one. Like I said, the angrier they get, the better I feel. Oh, that's just good stuff. That's good stuff. So as always, do yourself a favor. Go tell your parents that you love them, even though you may not be on good terms with them. And if you can bury the hatchet, you can tell them you love them, or tell that father figure, that mother figure, tell them that you love them. They'll appreciate that. If you got kids, go tell your kids you love them. They're amazing and they can do anything. You should always tell them that. They need all the inspiration they can get because people out here are trying to beat you down every second. All you got to do is say, I'm sucking in the awesome of their anger and pain. Oh, that's the fuel that fuels me. Oh, fuels me. Love it. All right, everybody. I will talk to you possibly tomorrow. Have a good night.